Hey guys, Dr. Andy here. Today I want to discuss the differences between and the reasons as to why we might use something called Graston technique or instrument assisted soft tissue mobilization versus dry needling for the shoulder. Okay, so shoulder pain is one of the most common things we see here in the office. It can come from if you're a desk worker sitting too much or reaching forward with the keyboard or the mouse too much, but we also see tons of our athletes here in the office with shoulder problems. That could be a youth athlete who's a baseball player or a football player. It could even be some of our gym goers, right? So our fitness enthusiasts that are constantly doing maybe some, overhead squats or snatches or anything like that, puts tremendous amount of stress into the shoulder, okay? So one or two of the most effective treatments we have in the office for shoulder pain is either Graston technique or dry needling. Graston technique is a manual therapy that uses a metal tool to literally scrape into the tissue and break up scar tissue underneath, muscle spasms underneath, what we call adhesions in the muscles themselves. Dry needling is when we use needles, like acupuncture needles, directly into muscle bellies or tendons through the shoulder, and that's going to increase blood flow, it's going to speed up healing, it's going to break up some of those muscle spasms and decrease our pain. All right. The number one, my thinking when I start to dive into, all right, so which technique am I going to use for shoulder pain? The two big ones that actually come to mind is how long has it been going on, all right, and where is the pain, all right? And I'll tell you the big one for Graston technique and the reasons why I might choose Graston technique in the shoulder. If you come in and you tell me this has been going on for a long time, this is not an acute injury, it's been bugging the heck out of you, it's not something that just started this past weekend, and if you start to point right through here where the shoulder blade starts to come to the spine, all right? So this is your levator trap attachment point right here that is going to go up into the neck, across the top of the shoulders, and then down through the shoulder blade area. This is obvious. This is also where the rhomboids are. If you point to this area right through here and you tell me this has been bothering you for a while, and sometimes it feels like there's just like a knife sticking in your back right through here, oh man, I'm going to Graston technique like almost right away. This is a fantastic technique for this type of shoulder pain, and it can happen to anyone. More than likely, it's going to be someone like a desk worker, or it's going to be someone who's been going to the gym. It might not be our youth athletes or our baseball players or our football players, but you're going to have a lot of pain right through here, and it just never wants to go away. Okay. Dry needling, believe it or not, seems to be a catch-all technique for just about everything else. If this is more of an acute problem, or let's say the pain is a little bit more on top, it's in the front, it's off to the side, maybe in the deltoid area a little bit more, especially if we are having a lot of range of motion restriction with the shoulder. If you cannot move your shoulder around a lot, it's really tight, it's really painful, that's going to be my go-to then for dry needling, okay? So that's part of the decision-making process that we have in the office. If we're thinking, shoulder pain, are we going to Graston or are we doing dry needling? That's where we start. It becomes a little bit more complicated once we start to get into the finer details, but hopefully that gives you an idea. If you got shoulder pain, you're thinking about coming into the office, what he might do or what Dr. Andy might do, that's where it's going to start, okay? If you have any questions, always send them my way, and always remember to live with passion, not pain.